anime that we have on the menu is Witch Hat Atelier, and this show has been a wild fucking roller coaster of shit. Oh my god, like, again, I love it so much. It's great. It's been good. So let's actually go into the notes and actually talk about what we've been cooking up, or what's been cooking in this. Okay, so the first note that I have, I want to reiterate how much I fucking love the power system in this anime. They do not need to be as detailed or articulate with the rules and the systems as they are, but they do, and it makes appreciating the magic in this show all the more better. So, I've said it before, I've said it again, I love power systems that are detailed. Best example right now probably was, at least like Jujutsu Kaisen to an extent, before it got a little too wild, but Witch Hat Atelier gives so much detail to the way just like the spells are made and the spells are cast and how precise and intricate spells need to be, and like where stuff like the ink comes from and how that could change and the things that change it, and like why it's important to like know certain like things, and why there are certain aspects that at first glance doesn't make sense in that world, but when you look at the deeper way of how the magic works, it makes sense. Like, the best example is when Queefree, I actually don't know how to say it, Jesus fucking Christ. But when Queefree and Coco go back to the magical store where they were going to get the wand with the old man and his son, we find out that his son is actually colorblind and is able to get stuff from the shelf, not by just knowing what it is, but because he knows the position and the wording in which stuff is. That's how he's able to help out with his dad and all that stuff, which I found interesting because at first glance, you wouldn't necessarily understand, being like, well, that doesn't make sense, right? Because like you need to draw sigils and all that stuff. But when you get into the deeper stuff of this, there's probably a lot of colors in magic that determine like how hard something is, how powerful something is, how something operates, and all the spells and the ink, the different type of inks, and how inks like that can make it be powerful and how it cannot be powerful. It's very fascinating. So I can actually understand how like something as simple as color blending, in most sense, probably wouldn't be that hindering. But oh my god, in magic, is that a fucking detriment? That's almost like a runner losing their legs. Like it's just a complete just. And you're inspected by the Live Inspection Bureau. That usually happens. I'm not surprised. Just know that I'm yapping about anime, and that's all I'm doing is I'm just yapping. But yeah, like just particular rules like that, just again, you don't necessarily have to do it to make a good story, but damn if it doesn't make it, if you don't get a better appreciation for that stuff, because then you can understand like when people mess up, or when people are about to mess up, or how like bad something gets. Like you get a good framing and understanding of how bad that thing is when that person is doing that bad thing. It's appreciative, it's nice, it's good. I appreciate shit like that when it cooks because it's good and it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel happy when that shit happens because, again, they do not need to be as detailed as they are. But a show that could give you that level of detail is fucking great. What the fuck are you on about? I'm talking about anime, big dog. I'm talking about new anime, big dog. So shut up and let me put you on some shit. Also, if you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it, because this, you would appreciate this shit. You would appreciate that motherfucker. Also, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can. Wait, can I do something? Okay, hell yeah. Hey there, I don't know if you're still watching, but I think I added you into the moderator. So there you go. I think you have mod pad powers on the TikTok side now too. What was I gonna say? Oh right, yes. So yeah, I just appreciate the way that they cook in this. It's so fucking good. It's fucking great the way that they cook shit up. What's the next note that I have? I was not expecting the bad wizards to get involved in such a massive way super early, but hey, I'll fuck with it. So, I like partly want to retract that, because I say they get involved in like a big way, but not much. right? Like, obviously, they trapped all the girls at Coco and Agot. Like Coco and Agot and the rest of them in this, like, dimension world. And he does, like, actually get his hands on Coco. Like, he actually does get his hands on Coco for a split second when they're having that whole interaction. But, like, it's so impressive that they would go that far so early. Like, I feel like them being sucked into that dimension world and being trapped, I don't think he was necessarily trying to hurt them per se, but it is crazy that they went that far, which is, that's a lot. That's a lot to put some little, like, apprentice wizards in, especially with all the stress that they went to, which we'll talk about that. That is crazy. But it's like, it's not as big as I initially thought it was, although when you realize that, actually that's not true, because he's also spiking Coco's ink with some strong fucking magic stuff, which I'm still not fully aware what the fuck that was, but it turned, like, whatever, like, what was supposed to be the breaking, like, rock spell that they do to get out of the space, and just making it completely destroy the whole river and be like, oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened, but that was the thing. Also, I don't think it's that bad if the water came back eventually, which it did. But that, well, we'll talk about that later, because that I understand. I understand the worry, but also, like, what the fuck at the same time. Okay, next point that I have. You know, in one way, I get it. Coco is a novice that doesn't really belong in the world of magic, at least not now. And these girls raised and born into magic make it kind of hard for her. But Coco also didn't ask for this and to be a part of things. And there's a lot of flaws in the current system of rules of wizards, but also around themselves. Okay, that sounds a little weird, but basically the whole thought process I had was basically that the whole world. The first part of my point was that yes, there are times when, like, the four girls get sucked into the dimension that they basically go ahead and just kind of, they don't purposely rag on Coco. And I get why they're upset as well. Because Coco's, like, at the beginning of this, is low-key kind of fucking up. Like, she is kind of the reason that they got there in the first place. And, like, she fucks up a got spell, which causes them to, like, not do stuff. Luckily, the other girl was able to go and, like, do it properly and stuff like that. And, like, all these other things. And, like, I get it. I do understand it. I get the concern. I get the issue. I get the problem. I fucking get it. But at the same fucking time, though, like, Coco didn't ask to be brought into this world. And while she is the cause of, like, her mother getting frozen, she also didn't mean to do that. Nothing that Coco ever did was, like, on purpose. She's not trying to be a, like, belligerent, ignorant idiot for no reason. She got tossed into a world and, like, and basically is, like, put in the middle between, like, whatever the wizarding battle is going to potentially go down within the next, like, couple of episodes of all this, which is massively insane and honestly crazy. But, like, Coco didn't ask for this. That's why, like, the other girls kind of apologize, and she even has a conversation where she's like, hey, I didn't mean to do that. I acknowledge that. But Agot at the same time didn't do that, and it was just like, I get where you're coming from, Agot. We'll talk about Agot. But I get where you're coming from, Agot. But you'll see this thing. God, don't be such a dick. Don't be such a dick ass. Okay, please don't be such a dick ass. Hey, you didn't invite me to your live. I don't know how to do that, guess. But I am glad you're here, and I'm glad that you are here. I'm just yapping. It's gonna be a long yap session. We got like 3 segments. We got like 3 portions of yaps of anime, manga, and news. So I'm gonna be live for a while. So enjoy the big yaps. Enjoy the big yaps. Oh, you still remember me though, right? Yeah, of course I do, guys. I remember you. I know who you are. I know who you are. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. No. I pretty much got that. Yeah. Okay. Next point that I have. Next point. So there is a kid who gets trapped. Okay. I already know what this is. I'm not even gonna read it. I'm just going to explain because I need to rant about something. I'm glad that you're happy guess about that. I do remember you. I recognize you. Long as you name too. I do remember it. And thanks for the likes too, by the way, on the TikTok side. So here's my issue. Here's something that just pissed me off in the episode. So Queerfree gets like is asked help by like a normal human. They got trapped by the water because of storming, all that shit, right? And so Queerfree and the dude who like watches over the area, because there are some places that get hit by magic that can't get rescued all the time. And so Queerfree and an assistant go to take care of the water. It's pretty easy for them. Queerfree has a water sword that he's able to split water like Moses. That's fucking insane. Saves all the luggage, saves the boy, the son is fine, all that stuff, right? So everyone does like some stuff, pretty easy, lickety split, they're able to get some people. This same kid, after his dad is actually just yelling at him, don't fucking do it, it's not worth it, is not listening to people. The water has not settled. The storm is still going. The terrain is still not safe whatsoever. Yet, this kid has the audacity to not listen to his dad, not listen to the wizards, even though they're apprentices, goes ahead and gets fucking trapped by a goddamn boulder and gets stuck in the water. And I'm sorry if this makes me kind of a dick, I don't feel bad for him. Like, I don't feel bad for him. If anything, I feel bad for the dad, because Agat and Coco do go actually save him, but because of that, we find out that like Coco's powers are like spiked by some weird shit and like causes like a whole problem. And so the like council of wizards that come to like punish anybody that like blanket black and white rules. You break the rules, no exceptions, I don't give a fuck. That whole type of stuff, they go and they're like, they have a whole interaction with Agat and Coco and Queerfree and all that stuff. But they also have an interaction with the dad, because they have to take the son away, and they're just like, oh, we have to take your son. We'll take him to be taking, like, get medical facility care. Like, he'll be under our care for a little bit. And the dad is just straight up being like, oh, you can help him, right? You can help him, right? Like, I know you guys are strong enough wizards to just help him. Like, it shouldn't be a yes or no. I know you have that power. We've seen you do crazy shit. And you even see that one council member or that one, like, soldier just like you're not wrong. But, like, fucking hell. And, honest to God, I would have not felt bad if that kid passed away. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I do not feel bad for that kid in the slightest whatsoever, because no way are you gonna have wizards and your parents and everybody tell you that, hey, it's not worth it, it's not a good idea, don't go down, and you're trying to be a hero. I would understand if it was the first time, right? If that's what happened, if we get like a cutscene, like a cold open of the episode where, like, you know, they only barely just made it and the kid's just like, well, damn, I don't want her to lose my stuff. If it was the first time, okay, that makes sense. Like, you're not fully aware of the danger. You're not fully aware. Like, yes, you almost got, like, you lost your shit. All that stuff happens. But I get it. You're kind of just like, I want to try to be the hero. All that stuff. Brother, you already got rescued. You almost ended up getting hurt already. And you're just like, you know what I'm going to do? You know what's great? Let me go back and do that again. What's wrong with you? Oh, my God. If this has no bearing on the actual, like, quality of the anime either, I just needed to rant about that, because that kid in the back of my mind just pissed me off the entire time I watched it. Like, I thought about it, and I'm like, if that kid literally just listened, nothing of what would happen in the next, like, hour and a half would have happened. What's good, fan? It's good to see you back in the stream. But yeah, nothing of what that kid did, if he just listened to his parents, to the wizards, to Coco, to Agat, if he just listened and didn't just casually go down to a stormy river and try to get the stuff and break the ledge, none of this would have happened. Coco wouldn't have destroyed the river. Agat wouldn't have had to panic. The people wouldn't have to worry. The council wouldn't be here. Queerfree wouldn't have to come save the day. But all that shit happened because the kid wanted to be a little shit. The chain of effects, the butterfly effect on that is low key to the point where I kind of want to treat the kid as a villain. But regardless, whatever. I made an old bucket of fried chicken. Nice. That sounds fucking great. That sounds fucking good. But yeah, that kid just pissed me off. I just needed to rant about that because Jesus, Lordy, and fucking Christ is that annoying. Okay, the next point that I have. Now, when I thought these council of wizards judge people, at least in a fair trial, I did not think they just see the act, which brings up even more issues, and just wipes them there. So, again, going into the whole thing with like Agat and Coco, so they rescue the kid, right? The kid goes ahead, saves goes ahead and saves them, does all that stuff. Extra crispy dark meat, that sounds yummy. That sounds good. Now, where was it from? That's the important question. That's the important question you need to ask. But like Agat and Coco save the kid, right? And Coco uses the spell that the other girl uses to break the wall. Something happens and the spell goes out of whack, and instead of just breaking the boulder, it breaks like everything down the river, like rocks, trees, rivers, like all the way down. It just fucks everything. And this is quick as shit, by the way. Like, holy crap. Like, this is like cops going to like Malibu because they got a call from there. Like, it is fast. But fucking the council comes and they get Agat and Coco, and they're like, okay, who cast that spell? Which one of y'all motherfuckers did it? And Coco was like, I didn't even realize, I don't even know what's happening. And they're just like, oh, so you're the one that cast that spell. So that spell's strong as shit. You definitely can't do that. You must be working with the Brim Hats. You're working with the evil wizards. Yeah, no, we're gonna take your powers away. No, I don't care. I passed the judgment on this bitch. You're getting your powers taken away. And they just take the power. Homemade fried chicken. God, 5 gallons. That is a lot. That's good, but that's a lot. Jesus fucking Christ. But she goes, and then they go, and they're about to just wipe her brain. They're like, oh, you did that, then you must be working with the Brim Hats. You must be doing this, you must be doing that. If it was not for the other girls coming back and Queerfree coming back to save the day, oh my fucking god. Okay, like this is gonna go into it. I'll go into more detail, but like the wizard world is so fucked. I at least thought they'd investigate it. They look into it, being like, okay, is it black and white and all that stuff like that. Because now it would make sense as well that like, oh yeah, if they found out what Coco did to her parents, to her mom that day, if Queerfree wasn't there and come to get them, and if it was the council, I don't know what would happen with Coco. I don't know where Coco would be at this point. So, oh my god, but we'll go more into that because there's some fuckery in the air. There's a level of fuckery in the air which is insane. Wow, don't touch me. That no more if I feed it to me and my brother. Oh, that makes okay. Between two people, actually, I could see that. Remember when I ate cereal with water? Yes, I do, and I'm still disturbed by that. I'm very disturbed by that. Remember? Yeah, yes. I do still see that. I do. I remember that. I was bothered. I was very bothered. I'm still bothered. So thank you for that. Okay, next thing. I have to assume Queerfree is a massively strong wizard. And I already know he was a massively strong wizard, but I'm talking about Queerfree is strong. Is strong. Because of him, it made the wizards who judge people stop in their tracks. Then it makes sense how this motherfucker is just able to do whatever he wants. Like, when you watch Queerfree interact in the show, right? Interact, do his shit, do this and that, do all that stuff. You see Queerfree. He's doing his shit, he's doing all that. Bro, obviously we know that he could do much. Like, the moment I saw that motherfucker be able to be like, hey, he's like, you know what? I don't like getting wet. I don't like this. He's able to make a spell that just protects him from the rain. Like, that's insane. Like, I don't know if other people are on that level. It is actually fucking baffling. I'm sorry that you're bothered. No, listen, it is fine. Just, I get the struggle. Just don't do it again. Because cereal with water is, I can get other things like cereal with orange juice and other things, but cereal with water, Jesus Christ, that is not, it's not great. It's not great. But also, I feel like Queerfree was also part of those Council of Wizards that came to get Coco and Agat. I would have to assume so, because there's no way that I don't feel like that would have to be the case, right? There's no way. There's no way. He has to. He's way too powerful. He's way too powerful of a wizard. That motherfucker knows too many spells. He knows too many things, and people allow him to get away with too much. Like, I'm more understanding. I'm more now understanding why people just let him do shit. He's a terrifying man. He's terrifying. He shouldn't get away with the amount he does, but he does, and it is actually woefully terrifying. The next point, I am very happy that we got to see more of Agat's character. It makes me understand more of how the way she is. With that being said, someone who is so harsh on Coco should at least see that it is in fact true that Coco wants to be better and is trying hard to be better like she is. But I understand Agat's mentality. So the reason I say that is because the last 2 episodes we actually get a glimpse into the way Agat thinks, right? And Queerfree is very worried about Agat because Agat is somebody who is a very talented wizard. She is very diligent. She's good at what she does. The thing is, Agat is someone that hangs on a lot on her failures. And it is due to the fact that if she were to fail at something, it could actually hold her back a lot. She's the type that would get very in her head about it, and we get a glimpse into her past as well, seeing that she was somebody that was very put down, where she would try her best, but it was never enough for people in her family, and she does seem like she comes from a strong background of family members, which does make sense. So I sympathize with Agat. I do sympathize with Agat and that way of how she feels and what she's thinking. But at the same fucking time, you should look at Coco and understand that that is not the case. That Coco is not somebody who is just trying to be stupid or trying to fuck up on shit. That she's someone that's actually trying. She's just very, very lost in the world. And maybe they'll have some connection like that. And I don't think Agat hates Coco. I do think she has a weird feeling for Coco because she came from a particular world and connected to the Brim Hats, which any wizard would be wary of. And I will say, Agat does seem a little jealous of Coco because, it probably took a while for Agat to pass that first test that she made Coco do. But then, Coco did it, and so she's just like, oh, well, fuck you, Jesus. Oh, well, what's going on with the TikTok chat? But TikTok chat will just do what TikTok chat does. It's just best to let them do what they do. They're not nothing is super, super problematic, but TikTok chat just does what TikTok chat does. Man, I need to start watching this anime. Dude, I am telling you, Witch Hat Atelier is actually phenomenal. Now, it's kind of crazy. I don't know if I would put it in my top 3 for the season so far, because right now, I think if I would have to pick the 3 anime that are in my top 3 for the season that I'm watching, it would definitely be ReZero, Needy Streamer Overload, and Demons of the Shadow Realm. But Witch Hat is number 4. It's right there. And honestly, it could go. I honestly, thinking about it, Witch Hat might be 3. Witch Hat might be 3. And I like Demons. I do like Demons. But I am having more fun with Witch Hat than I am with Demons. Not in a bad sense, but man, it is just so good. I'm just waiting for all the episodes. You know what? That is good. I do not blame you for doing that. Also, it should be... Oh, no. Witch Hat was being subbed or dubbed, but it's not simulcast, so the dub isn't coming out at the same time. But, I mean, if you care about that, if you care about dubs, I don't know if you care about dubs. Most people don't. I like dubs because I do believe that, you can get more... You can get more into an anime when it's in a language you understand, so you can pay attention to everything rather than just trying to focus on, just the language of shit. Because I know some people will just want to stick with the authentication of subs, and I get it. A lot of sub performances are good, but also at the same time, it's not your language. You don't know how good it is because you don't understand the cadence and the powers for language, which is why I'm a dub watcher, because I could judge it. It's why I really like Witch Hat dubs, and I appreciate Go For It Nakamura's dubs because it integrates modern slang into it, which we'll touch upon later in the video. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I prefer English dubs because what's wrong with watching it in my language? Exactly. What is wrong with watching it in your language? The answer is nothing. Nothing should be wrong with you watching it in your language because that's just how it is. It's just that's how it is, and that's fine. Oh my god, I got so tight. Hold on. Oh yeah, no, but we're talking about Agat's character. So yeah, I understand more of Agat now getting into her personal life. Getting into Agat's personal life, getting into her past, getting into her mentality and how she feels, and how she views herself. I understand why she would look at Coco with a little bit of disdain. I just think she should also acknowledge that her and Coco are kind of in the same boat, and it's a shame that she's not. But she also seems like she's really focused in her own life and trying to pursue the things that she's needing to. I do watch sub anime here and there. It's fine to watch subs. I will watch dub anime all the time, but for these things, I will also watch sub. I have no problem watching subs, but I just tend to enjoy it. I'm 28 now. I tend to enjoy anime that I can sit down and I can just fully watch and fully immerse without having to just like read a screen and feel like I'm just trying to keep up and breaking my immersion every time. So that's at least me. Okay, next point, which is the last point. Now, Queerfree is up to something, and it's extremely worrying. He is doing things that should not be done and is seeking things out that he should not be seeking. All I'm saying is that at this point, I don't fully trust him. I don't think he's working with the Brim Hats, or I don't think he's working with the Wizarding World. But it does make it more scary because he's doing his own thing and acting on his own agenda, and that's a big worry. And I think I stand by that statement. This year's peak, the anime even this year. Bro, I don't know what it is about 2026, but the first 2 seasons, winter season, that was banging. That had so much good shit top to bottom. This season, oh my god, top to bottom peak shit. And if you look at what's coming out for July, we are eating good. I'm not gonna lie, seeing the roster, this might actually be the best year for anime. This might be the best year for anime, and it is worth getting into the shits. It is worth getting into the shits because oh my god, is this shit going to cook? Is this shit going to cook? It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun getting into this. Sorry, I was drinking water. Okay, but yes, I don't trust Queerfree. I really don't. And that all comes from, I think, episode 8 it was, where at the very end, Queerfree finds out that there's some power that the Brim Hats put in Coco's ink, which is why the whole like river collapsed and stuff like that. And Queerfree, has a laugh. He's like, finally, I have my lead. I have the big thing I'm looking for. I have like the stuff, right? And the old man, being a good old man, is like, hey, listen, we probably shouldn't be dabbling in this stuff. And honestly, it's getting to the point where like we have now to tell the council. We have to tell the council now that some bad shit is happening, and I need you to understand, Queerfree. Like, we can't keep going on to this. And Queerfree sits there and he's just like, I'm so sorry, old man. I thought he was gonna murk it. And honestly, Queerfree does a lot worse than that, because at the very end of that episode, the son goes up to his dad and he's just like, oh, Dad, what was that spell that you and Queerfree were doing upstairs? That was like a really big flash of light. It fucked with both me and Coco. His dad looks at him. Dad looks at him confused, gives him an eyebrow raise, and says, wait, son, what are you talking about? What flashing light? What light of flash was there? Queerfree used something to erase the mind of the old man. Queerfree goes in forbidden magic. And that, my friends, is terrifying to think of. That's why I said Queerfree not having a clear sight on who he's signing with is objectively fucking scary. Because we do not know who this motherfucker is working for. Like, and I don't think he's working for anybody. I think Queerfree is working by himself. I think Queerfree is doing his own damn thing. That motherfucker is doing his own thing on his own agenda, on his own time. He's just like, I'm moving on my own, bro. I got my own movement. I got my own shit. And that's terrifying. That's a terrifying thought. That's a terrifying idea. That is a terrifying everything. Because it is the fact that we now have to watch this motherfucker and worry about what he has planned for Coco, what he has for Agat. I don't know if it's like a Gojo, which is the funniest comparison, because I didn't think he was like Gojo, but he might be more like Gojo than I anticipated, which now makes sense why Queerfree and Gojo, they compare him, not just because of look, but I don't know if he's trying to pull the Gojo of, oh yes, I have these students, and these students are going to be like me and change the wizarding world, or if it's going to be a situation where, once he gets everything he needs out from Coco and the other girls, he doesn't care anymore. And he's just like, oh, well, okay, I don't need it. And it's going to be so, if that's the case. Now, I want to believe that he actually cares for Coco and Agat and the rest of the girls. I want to believe that. I want to believe that for the most part, like, he cares for the girls, he's just hunting for something, and like, he is actually going to take care of them, and like, he has a side of him that's kind and is nice, and that everything he says about like, you should be happy, you should have the passion, is actually true. And to an extent, I do believe so. It's just whatever the fuck that motherfucker's cooking on the side worries me. It worries me so much to no belief. It is terrifying, and it is going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. But dude, no, yeah, I think I have to put Witch Hat. I think I have to put Witch Hat on my 3. Witch Hat is too good. I think I'm still having more fun with Needy Streamer Overload and ReZero compared to Witch Hat, but man, Witch Hat is so good. Like, I know I at the beginning, like when we first did this, I talked about how like, oh yeah, like I'm into it, but it still seems very like shonen tropey and stuff like that. But man, it's done its legwork. It's done its legwork. Oh my god, I never was bored with any episode. Everything from start to finish has been so fucking good. I can't wait to consume more of it. It is going to be a fun fucking watch. It is going to be fun, guys. Oh god, I cannot actually recommend Witch Hat Atelier anymore. It is a genuinely good fucking show, front to back. And like, we're not even at the back yet. Well, we're not even at the back yet. We're still at like the big part. So, oh my god, I am telling you guys, please go check out Witch Hat. It is fucking great. It is great. It is phenomenal. It is amazing. I fucking love it.
Witch Hat has crazy visuals.
And it does have crazy visuals. That is the other thing. You want some? I talked about Needy Streamer Overload as like a visually stunning like anime, but that's visually stunning in the sense of like color palettes and multimedia aspects. You want just a pure, man, that shit fucking looks good and acts good and does good things. Fucking Witch Hat, baby. Witch Hat fucking looks so beautiful aesthetically, and not even just in like the action, just like with the backgrounds and the landscapes and the design of the clothing and all that. So fucking god, I fucking love Witch Hat. Witch Hat is so fucking good. It's so fucking great. Oh my god, no, you know what? 2. I might have to put 2. I might have to put it over 2 because I like Needy Streamer Overload, but I didn't give Needy Streamer Overload this interaction. I give it Witch Hat. ReZero's still my baby, all right? And you're gonna have to do. It's gonna have to do a lot to knock off. But Witch Hat, I have to put it at number 2. I have to put it at number 2. Witch Hat 100% goes at number 2.
Every anime has crazy visuals now, lol.
Okay, no, it does, right? We're in the age of anime right now where the standard of what is good is like top notch. Like, this wasn't the level that we were at like 5 years ago. Let it go 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, all right? Like, yes, people like harken back to the aesthetic of the 90s, and that looks good. That looks great. I like that. It's what stuff like Vaporwave.
I've been enjoying the edits on TikTok.
The edits for TikTok, for which I have been fucking great. I will say that. But yeah, the aesthetics have been good. The aesthetics have been great. But like, the Witch Hat is different. Witch Hat's aesthetics are like so different compared to everything. Like, the standard of shows have been good, but Witch Hat, like, oh, it is fucking up there. I don't know what it is, but Witch Hat, it is up there. And it's like the gold. It's like I would argue Witch Hat's visuals are like a gold standard right now. That's where like the gold standard shit to be. Like, I put that up with like fucking JJK and fucking current One Piece. Like, I put it up there with that. Like, oh my god, that shit banging, man. Oh my god. But yeah, like, as you can tell, Witch Hat, we're cooking with Witch Hat. Witch Hat is massively fucking satisfying if you couldn't tell. That being said, I gotta move on to the shits. So let me go ahead and bring up our next anime that we're gonna be talking about.
Girl, I cannot help it. You are my new obsession. I think I'm falling for you. That is my love confession. You're staying on my girl. That should count as trespassing. I cannot help it when I'm falling for you.